Zafar Ansari maintained his amazing form by grabbing the best bowling figures of his championship career just a week after he made the best score of his career. He and Gareth Batty spun Surrey to a second successive LV County Championship win as they sent Leicestershire to their fourth successive defeat, this one by 10 wickets at the Kia Oval. The final day began just like the previous one, with the visitors losing a wicket in the first over of the morning. Ned Eckersley yorked by Matt Dunn for 30. Leicestershire went into the final day on 141 for 2, 110 runs away from making Surrey bat a second time, so that was certainly not the start that they would have been looking for. For the second day in a row, night watchman Nathan Buck was left to see what he could achieve. He'd been battered with some short stuff on day 3, but this time he received some fuller deliveries, which he dealt with well. Leicestershire would have started the day with plenty of hope that they could end their run of defeats. Dan Redfern was driving nicely against Dunn, but the game started to change the moment Gary Wilson asked his spinners to take over, and take over they did. It was Batty who started the latest Leicestershire collapse as he trapped Buck in front on the sweep for 27 to end a fourth wicket partnership of 48. The off-spinner followed that up by also having Redfern LBW for 22 as Leicestershire slipped to 192 for 5, another 59 runs required to avoid an innings defeat. The batsman didn't deal with Batty at all well. He snuck one past Josh Cobb to bowl him for 8, 21 runs later. Then it was the turn of Ansari. Niall O'Brien was another to be struck on his pads right in front of his stumps after making 13. Before the super talented all-rounder bowled an advancing Rob Taylor for a single, a wicket which left Leicestershire in a mess on 220 for 8. In 21 overs they'd scored only 34 runs and lost 6 wickets when Ansari also got rid of Ben Rain, who picked the wrong ball to try to cut, offering Jason Roy a catch instead. Ansari now had 4. The ball was both spinning and bouncing, which would have made batting almost impossible for a man of Charlie Shrek's talents. Although he has improved enormously as a batsman in the last couple of years, his average was only at 8 runs per innings, having accumulated 499 runs in 154 first-class knocks before this one, although he had been not out on 88 occasions. If you'd never seen him bat before, you would have been astonished by those figures on this evidence. He made 23 in the first dig and came out here to ruin Dunn's figures with a second new ball. OK, these shots are not ones from any coaching manual, but Bat was being put to ball rather well. Jigger Naik backed him up really well too. The morning session was extended so this game could be finished off, but these two took their side ahead and then began to establish something of a lead. It all came out of absolutely nowhere, and one wonders now whether these two might be offering batting advice to some of those higher up the order. Lunch then had to be taken eventually, and back out this was the moment many thought they would never see. Shrek completing a half-century. Before this summer, 19 had been his best ever effort, and a cultured shot took him to the 50 mark off 51 balls. The way he celebrated made you think that he did this kind of thing every single week. Wilson decided that pace with the new ball had been a waste of time, so he recalled Ansari, who had Shrek LBW for 56. That gave the bowler figures of 5 for 93, a first ever fifer in the championship. With Naik left on 37 and a partnership of 94 for the last wicket finally being ended, Leicestershire had been dismissed for 319, which left Surrey 69 to get for their second win in a row. Rory Burns perhaps should have been run out. It wouldn't have made much difference, of course. Surrey are a side on the move right now. They're largely a young team gelling well together as they make a push for promotion. In Burns they have a developing and very good cricketer, while Ansari is simply in the form of his life with both bat and ball. If he continues to grow in the way he has since coming out of Cambridge University with a first, then an England future surely beckons. He has the lot. We did have a potentially rather nasty incident before the game was completed. Matt Boyce taking a blow at short leg off a fierce pull from Burns, who then avoided the fielders to take his side close to the line. After being frustrated by Shrek and Naik, Surrey wanted to get this game over with as quickly as possible, and Burns played attractively, scoring 40 at a runner ball with 6 boundaries included. A clip from Ansari for 4 took him to 25 and carried Surrey over the line. The 69 runs reached in only 14.1 overs. It had been a dominant performance from a team which is now meaning business. They'll head into their next game on Saturday with relish. They took 23 points for this win, which closes the gap on the top 2 to 18 points, although Surrey have played a game more than the 2 sides above them, including Hampshire, who arrive at the Kia Oval on Saturday for a hugely significant contest. Leicestershire again showed glimpses, but they remain bottom of the pile after taking 4 points from this match.